Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Facts. In this video, we'll be giving you up-to-date information and trending news on what you need to know to stay abreast with current issues as regards to the ravaging coronavirus. Without any further ado, let's jump in and get your daily dose. So, if you are currently on the planet Earth, living and breathing and watching this video right now, you must have heard of the current pandemic taking the world by storm. The infamous and well talked about coronavirus, COVID-19 for short. Coronavirus most probably stands the chance of being the most used word of the year, as it has been used in almost every way possible. It is the first thing that you hear on the TV when you turn it on to virtually every news station. It has been sung as songs, wrapped into rhymes, used for several skits, and has virtually been resonating in the mouth of the world populace. This video has been created to bring you up to date on the coronavirus pandemic, what you need to know, the myths surrounding the virus, how you can protect yourself, and interesting news updates. First off, we will start by helping you understand what exactly coronavirus is and where and how it all started. The coronavirus disease, commonly called COVID-19 for short, is a highly infectious disease caused by a novel and new strain of the virus. The disease was first identified sometime in December 2019 in Wuhan, the capital city of Hubei province in the People's Republic of China, and has gradually spread throughout the world, colonizing continents and terrorizing countries. Several questions are likely to be on your mind as the world daily tackles this pandemic. Questions like, where does this put you in the state of things? What is the timeline for this pandemic? What will be the economic situation of nations at the end of the lockdown? Would social life experience a change? These and many more questions are also being asked by several government and economic forums, and it is only good that you are kept in the know on the state of things. There are also many superstitions and controversies being spread. It is therefore important to always stay rightly informed. Get ready to learn all you need to know about the infamous virus and news that would keep you up to date and rightly informed. There are several important points you need to note about the novel coronavirus. COVID-19 is a newly discovered and newly identified type of a kind of virus referred to as coronaviruses. This particular type of coronavirus causes respiratory illness. Symptoms of respiratory illness caused by the virus usually include the following symptoms: dry cough, sore throat, muscle or joint aches, shortness of breath, fever, loss of taste or smell. Prevention actions include washing your hands very frequently for at least 20 seconds. This is the time it takes for you to sing the happy birthday song twice. Use of alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Coughing into the bend of your elbow. Avoid using your hand to touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. Maintaining appropriate social distance and staying at home if you feel sick. Common myths surrounding the novel coronavirus include the following. The novel coronavirus was intentionally created in a lab by people as a weapon of destruction. This is a false claim, as the disease outbreak is known to be as a result of transmission of the virus from wild animals to humans. The new coronavirus only affects older people. Younger people are exempted. This is false information. People of all ages, social class, tribe, and gender can be infected with COVID-19, although older people and those with medical conditions already existing in their system, such as asthma, heart disease, or diabetes, tend to be more susceptible and can become chronically ill with the disease. Now that you know what the virus is, what it is not, and its mode of operation, it is imperative to get up-to-date information on what is happening currently in and around the world as regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. These are the recent interesting global updates concerning COVID-19. Number 1. Numbers around the world. There are currently more than 1.4 million confirmed cases of people infected with the novel coronavirus in the world. The number of deaths is currently over 87,000, while recovery numbers stand at over 319,000. Number 2. Update on UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Minister Boris Johnson, who tested positive for the virus and was placed in the intensive care unit, has been said to be responding to treatment and is in a clinically stable condition. Number 3. Nurses are wanted. As a result of overwhelming pressure on the health sector of many countries to fight the virus, the World Health Organization has declared that there is a worldwide shortage of nurses. The group has called for the creation of no less than 6 million nursing jobs by the end of the decade. This expansion is expected to take place in countries all over the world, particularly low and middle-income ones. Number 4. Countries in Africa need special response to tackle COVID-19. The challenges of African countries in handling the pandemic is both distinct and unique. This is because issues such as disease, malnutrition, and lack of essential infrastructure for health can limit the effectiveness of dealing with the virus. The tactical approach of African governments should therefore center and concentrate on containing the spread of the virus using several measures such as lockdown of cities and states. Number 5. Death toll increases in the United States. The official death toll in the United States has passed 14,000. This is already a very large number, but experts suspect that there could be an underestimation in the reported number as a result of a straggling or miscalculation of data. One doctor is reported to have told the cable news network, CNN, that we really are just seeing the tip of the iceberg. The citizens of the United States are greatly worried about the shortages of tests conducted, as this would leave many coronavirus deaths unaccounted for. Number 6. Victory in Wuhan. As at when this was gathered, there are no new cases of the coronavirus infection reported in Wuhan, China. The location where the disease began to spread late last year has reported that there are no new cases of the virus, and the country is set to make a fresh start of recovery from the impact of the deadly virus. The grueling long months of lockdown in the city of Wuhan in China's Hubei province is now over. Transportation systems like train, rail, road, and a number of air flights have resumed operations, and the city is now coming back to life. This development occurred after reports were made of no deaths and no new infections in the past weeks. However, several transport limitations are still in place, and schools still remain closed pending further information. Number 7. The state of New Jersey runs low on ventilators and medical equipment. In the U.S., the governor of the state of New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy, has declared that the virus has infected over 44,400 people as of Wednesday, April 8th. The state has been rolling in high numbers of infection following New York. There are positive signs of the impact of social and physical distancing, although it was said that the state is running low on equipment needed to fight this pandemic, as well as ventilators. Number 8. Millions of Indians need help in fighting the war of vulnerability during the prevailing pandemic. The United Nations Resident Coordinator, Renata Dasalian, has reported that several millions of people in poor regions of India have a hand-to-mouth existence and may not be able to cope with the socioeconomic impact of the lockdown. This is because the most vulnerable people work in the informal sector, and this sector contributes a large percentage to the Indian economy. However, it was noted that the government is planning and strategizing in order to take necessary measures to combat the various challenges ahead. Measures such as ensuring wages are paid, support for businesses to get back into operation, making sure the supply chains meet the needs of the people, and many more are being considered. Number 9. New Zealand continues to fight to flatten and totally demolish the curve. The Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, has maintained the stance that the country will complete its 4 weeks of compulsory lockdown before the measures can be lightened. The country has been able to manage and control the spread of the deadly virus so far, mainly due to its employment of strict measures such as the Level 4 lockdown and social distancing for its citizens. Number 10. A virologist projects how and when the pandemic would end. A Belgian virologist, Guido van Ham, has attempted to give answers to the questions of how and when the virus pandemic will end. On the question of how, he said that the way to eradicate the virus is to develop a powerful vaccine that will be effective in the treatment of infected human beings. On the question of when, he suggests that, ultimately, the virus will reach a saturation point and run out of people to infect. These are the global updates on the ongoing worldwide pandemic. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and like this video. Remember to stay informed, stay home, and stay safe.